What is happening in Bangkok? Why are people coming to protest in huge number in pro-democracy movement there? Thousands of students and protesters have taken to the streets of Thailand capital Bangkok to participate in a pro-democracy movement and protests. These protests have been going on since 16th August. Reports suggest that the ongoing protests are the biggest protests and movements against the country's military rulers since 2014 coup. More than around 10,000 demonstrators gathered at the city's famous Democracy Monument calling for reforms and changes to the monarchy. Student protesters are demanding for dissolution of parliament and they are chanting slogans like "Down with dictatorship, long live democracy" and "Stop harassing the people." Protesters want the end of military-backed government there. Protesters want complete end of intimidation of activists. They also want amendments and changes in the constitution that was written under military rule. Experts are saying that Prayuth Chan-o-cha, the prime minister who came to power in 2014 through coup, has won last year's election unfairly. A coalition of student-led group Free People, which has organized the protests, has said that they want democratic reform of government with the monarch truly under the constitution. Students have been voicing direct criticisms of the monarchy, which has been taboo. Never before this has there been such a widespread criticism of the monarchy there. The protesters have given a 10-point list for reforms in the monarchy. They want king's powers to be curbed and stopped. Thailand's lèse-majesté laws are very strict in the world, and as per this law, criticizing the king can lead to a jail sentence of up to 15 years. This law also limits media reporting within the country that pertains to the royal family. Some protesters have already been arrested on other charges so far. Young activists are leading the protests and are using social media platforms to mobilize support. After 2014 coup, the military-backed government had promised to offer stability in the country, but as per media reports, protesters are saying that such promises have not been kept. Things like government dissolving an opposition party in February, reports of abducting pro-democracy activists, Vanchalerian, Satsaksi, and disappearances of several activists angered the youths in the country. Demonstrators say that they want dictatorship and monarchy to end that will make way for democracy. The Prime Minister of the country, Prayuth, has said that he was uncomfortable with comments made about monarchy, but he would listen to the concerns about the constitution. His spokesperson said that young people should be allowed to express themselves within the limits of the law and with respect to others' rights. Many have been arrested on charges of sedition and violating an emergency order that bans public gatherings. Experts have been accusing the government of harassing its critics. Protesters say they want a new election and a new parliament for the people. They want current PM Prayuth to step down from his position. Reports suggest that more than around 600 police officers are monitoring the protest and situation. Interestingly, there have also been some rallies in favor of the monarchy by the supporters. Despite a huge number of people coming out to protest, Prayuth says that majority of these do not support the protesters. Protesters are saying they want a new constitution that is really democratic, an election that is democratic, and the prime minister who is democratically elected. As per media reports, one of the many protesters said, "We need real democracy and not just a dictatorship."